And I'm also thinking of maybe starting a podcast at some point, who knows. So if you're interested in that, let me know.
I actually want to make it good. Like, I want to make it professional.
Yeah, it only took a year, but here we are.
Rosie, I just looked at the photos. You are so talented.
Oh my god, wait, Johnny, I love the design.
Thank you so much for helping. Oh my god, fantastic. I know it's about the 10th studio, but I think we finally found it. I really want this to help you. I want this to be impactful.
Hello! I cannot believe that this video is happening. Such a long time coming. So scary. Also, I'm coming to you from my new home in Brighton. I've been here 5 days. I don't have any furniture other than my bed. I don't even have a sofa yet, or like olive oil to cook with. Like, I'm just hectic and a mess. There's so many new beginnings, there's so many new chapters, there's just newness and newness, but it's rebirth era and I'm here for it. Hi there guys, and welcome back to Unjaded Jade. Hi, hello. Something is coming, something has arrived, a project baby has been birthed. I genuinely cannot tell you how much it means to be saying those words out loud, because I have dreamt of having a podcast for years. I absolutely love the long form medium. I love how long form content allows you the patience and richness to really explore ideas. I love the vulnerability that comes with it. I love being able to invite on guests and to have rich conversations. To all of you who have watched my rambly little videos in the past and supported me in the comments with the idea of having a podcast, like, you're the reason this is happening. So my podcast is called Finding Your Casual Magic. If you've been watching my content for a few years, then shock, what a surprising title for a podcast. Casual magic is a concept I've been talking about for years, and it's all about how we can find beauty in the mundane everyday of our lives. To me, casual magic is a tool to retrain your brain to truly find contentedness and happiness in every single day of your life, no matter what is happening, no matter what struggles you're going through. It's a way of finding joy now rather than waiting for the end of your journey when you finally reach the outcome of whatever you're working towards. 99% of our days, of our lives, are spent in pretty much the same routines, and it's very easy to get jaded as you're walking through that mundane every day and repetition. And so I really hope that this habit and this movement that I want to create inspires you to slow down, to adopt more mindful habits, to really focus on what is special in your life and to express gratitude for it. There's going to be alternating episodes on the same theme. So we'll have a solo episode from me where I'll dig into the topic, and then there'll be a partner episode where I interview a guest on a similar topic and also dig into their life. I want the podcast to feel like a sleepover. I want it to feel like rich and valuable, but also heartfelt and intimate and conversational. And obviously I need to grow into the skill of being an interviewer. I don't expect myself to be good at this straight away, but it's something that I am really keen to learn. I absolutely love people, I love conversation, and I've learned so much through just sitting down with interesting people in my life. I'm especially interested in the intersection of ambition and hustle and wanting to do incredible things in this world, but also wanting to be genuinely content and happy with the now. And I think those two things are often in opposition, the striving versus the wanting to be happy in the present. So I'm really interested to explore that idea and also interview people about what brings them genuine, authentic joy in their lives. I'm going to start every episode with a meditation to encourage you to ground yourself and to also learn that habit of checking in with your breath and your surroundings. And I'm going to end every episode with some journal prompts to get you to set an intention for your coming week. I'm going to post an episode every Sunday with the intention of you being able to reflect on your past week, to kind of look into the coming week ahead and what you want to change or what energy you want to bring in. I'm so passionate about mindfulness and introspection, and I hope that this podcast inspires you to adopt some of those habits. I cannot believe that you can go find it now. It's out on Spotify, it's out on YouTube. Also, I'm so nervous for this thing going out because I find the first episode really cringe because I think I'm so nervous. Like, I find it really uncomfortable to watch. But I genuinely believe that even if things are bad when you start them, you have to just do it. You have to just put it out there, right? Because you don't get better unless you start. So I hope you have patience with me in building this out into the podcast of my dreams. I feel like it's not going to be that from episode 1, but yeah, I really hope that it brings value and love and peace into your world. I also quickly want to speak to the idea of launching projects in your own timeline when you personally feel ready, because I have entertained the idea of having a podcast for so many years and was so tempted to try and make that happen even during university when I was stressed and overwhelmed and nearly burnt out. When I finally graduated from university, I wanted to start the podcast there and then, because I was like, I've waited all these years, I couldn't do it because I was juggling all these assignments. Like, I need to start the podcast now. I remember telling friends and family last year in July that I wanted to launch my podcast in September 2023. Guys, it is October 2024 and I am now launching it because I just realized that you can't rush things. There's a right time for everything, and I have had to undergo a year of healing from burnout, having the courage to leave a relationship that didn't serve me, going on this whole journey of like queer introspection and realizing who I want to be in this world and working out where I want to live, working out new routines, new communities. It's just been a year of so much internal growth and internal change, even though maybe externally you can't always see that change. And it would just not have felt right to start this podcast any earlier. Like, I kept pushing it back, and I'm so glad that I did, because it just feels like everything in my life is starting to align. I feel so good being in Brighton, even though I don't have a sofa yet. I just know it's the right thing for me to be here. I feel really confident and happy in myself right now. I feel so much internal validation. I just feel like, damn, like, I've got my own back, And it's a time of such new beginnings for me. It's rebirth, it's new city, it's new chapter of my own romantic love. So it feels so right that the podcast is all coming together now. Another new chapter of projects and content. And I have the dream podcast cover. Look at it, it is so pretty. This took me months. I have had so many friends help me with this. I worked with a wonderful photographer friend called Rosie, who just did the absolute dream shoot for me. Like, here was the mood board, and then here was the photo shoot. And then I got help from designer friends, like my friend Tash helped design, like hand draw the little butterflies. My friend Johnny helped do a lot of the graphic design of the 3D elements. And then Francesca went and did the beautiful fonts. Like, this cover is just, I don't know, it just feels exactly like the whimsical magic that I want this podcast to feel like. And I also wanted to challenge myself by not just recording this podcast in my bedroom to a mic without video, but I really wanted to use this as an opportunity to learn new skills, to take it seriously, for it to feel professional, even while carrying this comfy sleepover feeling. And so I visited 10 different sets to try and find a set that felt like Casual Magic. And what I realized through going to these sets was that a lot of them felt very sterile, very Stephen Bartlett-esque. And even though I love Stephen Bartlett, I love Diary of a CEO, I love that vein of podcast that like sit at a table and reveal all your incredible insights, I feel like it's been done a lot. It feels quite saturated, and I wanted my podcast to just have a different tone, to feel more gentle. So in the end, I found a solution by finding my dream Airbnb and negotiating a way to turn it into a studio, and it's everything that I've hoped for and more. So I'm so excited for this podcast. Like every single one of you who has supported me in my journey this year, but also in helping me hone my creative voice online. I'm just so grateful, and I hope that this resource is valuable. I hope it encourages you to be equally vulnerable with yourself and others in your life. It would mean the world if you could go on Spotify and give it a 5-star review. Like, I actually can't describe how much that would mean to me, because reviews matter so much in the podcast world. And if you want to get involved in the podcast community, you can follow our Instagram page, Casual Magic Podcast, and there's just so much fun stuff happening there. Every single week I ask you guys to send in a voice note of your casual magic, and I feature one of you every week in an episode. I also want to run loads of community activations and just really trying to create this revolution for daily happiness. So if you're interested, definitely go follow and tell me which guests you want to see. Tell me which topics you want me to cover. This is our podcast and I'm just so grateful for all of you. New chapters, so scary. Go watch, bye.